Hey, Battalion Nation.
We have a live show on location.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We're going to have trouble getting 2 points.
Brought to you by Sports Illustrated Tickets and Happy Dad Beverages.
Hey fans, welcome to episode 16 of Troops Trio. Troops Trio is also proudly sponsored by the City of North Bay, the Boat North Bay, the Fox and the Fiddle, and the Moose Cookhouse, and of course, Clubhouse at Gateway Golf, where we are live tonight. My name is AJ Jakeman, filling in for Matt Sookram. We want to thank our host for not only sponsoring this show, but for letting us take over this place for a little while, and I will be joined by Bob Coles and Ranjan Rupal in just a moment. We want to thank the viewers, as always, for watching on the Battalion YouTube page, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and share this with everyone you know. We are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. We will be joined a little bit later on in the episode by Battalion defenseman Aaron Enright and Kent Greer, and we'll also catch up with Battalion head coach Ryan Olahan. We also have a special interview with the Brampton Steelheads general manager and head coach James Richmond. We'll also have the Troops Trio question coming up after the break, and the 1 minute to ceasefire segment. So super busy. Where are we going with this, guys? Oh, we're going to introduce, I know where we are. I'm just a rookie at this. We are going to talk to Coach Ryan Olahan about the past week, and then you guys are going to talk about it.
That's the general idea, yeah. By the way, I'm fine. I'm doing great. Big snowstorm today. Bobby, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Usually Matt asks us how we're doing. He cares.
Well, I'm just doing what I was told.
It's not written there?
No, it's not. It's not written. It's not written. I'm just going by my script, gentlemen.
A lot of snow shoveling today. Barely got the driveway done. The guy showed up at 5:15, so I thank for him for showing up and got a clean driveway now, so ready to do the show tonight.
It's like a home game at Buffalo Bills.
Pretty much.
Shoveling the stands out.
That's right.
Exactly. You want to watch a bit of the pregame. You come and shovel the snow.
That's right. The seats aren't too good in Buffalo, though. So.
But the new stadiums, that's supposed to solve that problem.
Well, I don't think it will
I don't
because it's
know.
still an outdoor stadium.
$1 billion and you're gonna get snowed on.
70% is covered.
But I think they use that as an advantage, though, eh?
They do.
With the snow,
Yeah.
I would think Buffalo.
Next year is Buffalo's year. They're gonna get him some receivers, like Jefferson, and he'll have someone to throw to. Deep threat.
Yes, well, this year's over, and the Super Bowl was won on Sunday by Seattle, so beating New England. So it'll be a while before we talk football. But right now we're going to talk hockey.
Is Ty Nelson a Seattle Seahawks fan now?
I don't know. I'll have to ask his dad. He's not. Steelers fan.
Oh yeah, he was going to the Steelers game, and then got the call to Team Canada and booked it over there.
That's right. That was a great story. Still got over there in time. Still owes his dad money for that, he says. So
He should think about being a Seattle fan since he's going to be a fixture for Seattle going in the future.
Well, he may have to change his allegiance in public if he plays for Seattle's NHL team.
When he plays.
Yes.
Well, he could get traded, but when he plays.
Yeah, looking forward to it. He got a big overtime winner last week, and Seattle's having a great year, so maybe Ty can be part of that great run they're on right now.
He'll be one of those, unless their team goes deep, a black ace, guys who are brought up.
Yeah, well, he's off to a good start in his pro career, and we hope to see him in the NHL soon. Of course, right now we're going to introduce the Battalion head coach, Ryan Olahan, about the week that was. If you weren't around, the Battalion had 2 games at home. They defeated Windsor, big comeback win. Then, of course, a tough loss in Barrie on Saturday. And then Sunday afternoon, the Colts came out flying and got the 2 points at the Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens. I had a chance to visit with Battalion head coach Ryan Olahan earlier today. And let's hear what the coach had to say about the week that was. Another episode of Coffee with Coach with Battalion head coach Ryan Olahan. And Ryan, 3 games last week, great come-from-behind win over Windsor. Solid game in Barrie, just a tough loss, I guess, in a shootout, and then Sunday Barrie came out ready.
Yeah, you know what? Recap of the weekend. Awesome night against Windsor. Even though, you know, I've called this the OHL gauntlet in the last few weeks. We're just playing, you know, the best of the best, which has been awesome for us to test our game. And I thought in the Thursday night game, we came out just a little bit, you know, watching, let them get off to the lead. But then once we started playing and getting our legs underneath us, really liked the way we played. It's kind of one we want to emulate and try to repeat more often than not. And then to find a way to get the 2 points that night was huge. Going into Barrie, again, it's played pretty well road game, you know. It's one of those situations where we let them have a few power plays late in the third and in the third, and it was tough to kind of run our bench, and maybe a little bit unfortunate, we thought, with their tying goal. We thought we deserved a little bit better there in regulation, but it is what it is. They were able to find a way to get the extra point in that one. And then, you know what, a little bit disappointing probably on Sunday with, again, you think coming home and being the home team in a back-to-back where it didn't go well the night before, kind of had a feeling our guys were going to come out with a lot of juice and energy, and I felt like we were a little bit flat there again. So this is something we're going to have to try to fix and get a little bit better at, especially with a lot of home nights coming at us now the rest of the way. We want to be way better starting on our building.
Okay, Ranjan, let's break down the Windsor game, and then we'll talk about the back-to-back 2 games that went back-to-back with Barrie and Barrie Saturday, home in North Bay on Sunday. Let's talk about the Windsor game. They fell behind in that game. They were down 4-2. Great comeback against a team that had beaten them in a tight game the week before. And I thought the key to the game was North Bay's discipline. I think Windsor got frustrated with some of the non-calls. They thought they deserved penalties. North Bay stayed out of the box when they were behind, and they made a great comeback and had some extra time and got the 2 points.
I think that game shows what this team is capable of doing. And when they can play that way, they can skate with pretty much any team in the league, whether it's Brantford or Windsor. London, they've shown it. So they've shown the ability to hang with teams, even on the road against some of these top teams, and get points. Now, so you look at the weekend, they pick up 2 points on Thursday, 1 point in Barrie, and they don't pick up any. So that's like a 500 record in a sense against 3 really tough games. And the roster has, just battling with the flu bug and some guys just not 100%. So, but Ryan's right, in that clip, he we got to be able to finish strong, finish period strong, start on time, and a really good opportunity coming up against Brampton to pick up 2 points and get back into the win column.
We also had a chance to visit with the coach and talk about the psychology, I guess, of playing back-to-back games against the same opponent with not much rest in between, 7:30 game Saturday, 2 o'clock game Sunday in North Bay, bus travel in between for both teams. So let's hear what Coach had to say about that. In a back-to-back situation, there's the physical part of it, you're playing close together, but also the mental part of it, right? Like you say, you felt you were going to do better, you only got the point, and then you don't get much of a break before you get to play them again. And Barrie, on the other hand, they think, well, maybe we got away with one, and they play a little more relaxed on the road.
Yeah, maybe. And it's we don't really know who has the advantage in that situation too. It's we jump on the bus and get home right away. Don't get home until about 1 o'clock in the morning, and then it's a quick turnaround versus Barrie. Probably get to bed earlier, but then they got to wake up earlier the next morning and jump on the bus. So I don't know. Some of those things play into a factor for sure, but also the mental state of the night before. I know our guys were pretty disappointed, and that could play a part. But hey, I just think rivalry games, back-to-back, this time of year, don't want to let our guys off the hook on that one. It's something that we're going to spur. We're going to use that as how we get better here this week. To really, now it's the home stretch here in the season. A game like that has to make you better going forward.
And that's the thing. There aren't a lot of times during the year where you play back-to-back. You might play a team a week apart, like Windsor, for example, but, I think they did the rivalry game earlier this year, the promotion, and then it doesn't happen that much. And I think just the way Saturday's game ended for the Battalion, I thought Jack Lisson was really good in goal. He kept North Bay in it. They had some chances late in the game. It was a pretty quiet game officiating-wise until it wasn't. And then they were forced to kill penalties, and then Barry scored on that last power play, which forced overtime, and then the game ended in a shootout. So I think the Battalion played well enough to get the 2 points, but, at the end of the day,
it kind of got away from them.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
They didn't get the 2 points. So I think there are lessons to be learned from a game like that.
The game kind of got away from them. I thought Parker Vaughn's goal, we were right back in it. And I think the momentum was shifting. We had the beginning of a really good shift, and you can just sense that the 5 guys on the ice wanted to get that puck back because Barry dumped it into our zone. There was a puck battle. We lost that puck battle, and there was a guy standing in front of the net, Wilmot, all alone. So that just sucked the energy out of the building. It was a real deflating thing. Bronson Ride takes that penalty by spearing Zabeski in the gut, who, by the way, is his buddy prior to this. Yeah, and so they know each other. But I don't know if they're buddies now, but probably they'll fix it over a round of golf in the summer, I think. But, it got away from us right there. And Barry's an opportunistic team. They'll take advantage of that, and they did. They added more. Special teams came up strong for them. You mentioned Jack Lisson, and he played strong on very short rest. It's the kind of leadership that you need in the playoffs where you're playing not necessarily back-to-back, but you could be in a game 6 and 7. We've seen that numerous times. And your goalie's not going to get the benefit of a few days rest in between games.
A lot of work for Jack Lisson. Last 2 weekends, he's played every game, right? So that's 6 games in 2 weeks. And I want to play that Jack Lisson clip now, producer Gerald, because he's really been, if you're talking about who their most valuable player is right now, he's certainly in the conversation, if not leading the conversation. So we asked about Jack Lisson with Coach Olahan.
How's the health of your group?
Pretty good. We're still kind of lingering with last week we dealt with some sickness. Hopefully we get through that here this week with a lot of refresh and getting good nutrition in the guys. And then obviously just the one here lingering is Mikey McIver. Still working through his injury, but progressing well.
And I got to ask you about Jack Lisson before I have one more question for you, because he's had a lot of labor in terms of workload in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, he played unbelievable on Saturday night, and he's kept you in games. Even when he's given up a couple, he's kept you in games with that big save, right?
For sure. It's a luxury that we've had here when, both those guys, now Mikey's out and Jack's able to roll with it. We feel that, the goaltending tandem, when healthy, is as good as, if not the best in the league. So Jack's really stepped up here. He's had a great opportunity. He's taken it. He's ran with it, playing extremely well, and hopefully that can continue.
Jack Lisson, like we talked about earlier, been a really key part of this team. Ranjan, your comments on his value right now with the Battalion.
Yeah, North Bay has been blessed by having great goaltending going back to Dom DiVincentis. Actually, a little bit before that, you had Joe Verbetic. So good goaltending for the past 5 or 6 seasons, and Jack Lisson carries the torch. And that's what you want to see. You want to see have a 1A and a 1B and a goalie who can step in and take the reins and dominate in the crease and give this team a chance to pick up points on any given night. And Jack Lisson is do that. I guess there was an announcement this week that he committed to Canisius College, D1 school. I don't know if that means he should go, but we can maybe talk about that after. But I think he has a lot to prove in this league still, and opportunities to play in front of scouts and maybe get a contract for himself if that's what he wants. NCAA will always be there. I don't see that a reason. He's just coming off a great season and a big playoff ahead and a big challenge for him. So I don't think his work is done in the OHL. I think he can be a dominant goaltender, kind of the way you see the overage goalies playing. Michael Simpson, for example, playing in London. Ryerson Leenders playing in Brantford. Overage goalies have a big role when you have a team that wants to go to the OHL Championship and then a Memorial Cup.
And it'll be interesting
before we go. I wanted to say, so what do the Battalion do next year then? We've got 2 overage goalies.
Well, that's the issue, right? You've got to make some decisions about your goaltending, and hopefully Mike McIver will get back in there soon, and they'll have some options as to, who's in that net for these important games down the stretch.
It's tougher because a goalie wants to know what he's going to be doing in September. If he's going to be enrolling at university somewhere, you don't want to be in a goaltending competition at the OHL level and then find that you maybe don't have an option at the OHL level, but the doors have closed at the college level because they already found their goalies. So it's a tough one.
And they have to really determine at this point who's gonna be the guy that's gonna take this team in the last 10 games or so. And obviously Jack Lisson deserves the playing time, but Mike McIver's been hurt, and he's had a great history with the Battalion about being their guy. So it'll be interesting what happens down the stretch.
Yeah, that's we're going to take we'll take a quick break in a few minutes here. We want to thank our Sports Illustrated Tickets, Happy Dad Beverages, for bringing you the show, as well as our community sponsors, the City of North Bay, the Boat North Bay, the Fox and the Fiddle, the Moose Cookhouse, and of course, the Clubhouse at Gateway Golf, where we are live tonight. Make sure to check out the Battalion's social media channels to find out all the latest with Troops Trio. And don't forget to send your comments and questions to us at troopstrio@battalionhockey.com. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, Aaron Enright Kent Greer will join the show. This is Troops Trio, the official podcast of the North Bay Battalion.
This is the Sports Illustrated Tickets Battalion defining moment of the week. From big plays on the ice to the fans in the stands who make every game special, Sports Illustrated Tickets gets you closer to the moments that matter with seats to sports, concerts, and theater events around the globe. Visit sitickets.com or download the app today.
Petrie will skate this one ahead, gets by Wilmot. Aiden Petrie gets around Hanser, around to the net, tucks it around and scores! What a rush there by Caden Petrie, and this game is tied at 1.
Sports Illustrated Tickets, the official partner of the North Bay Battalion and the Troops Trio podcast.
Welcome back. We want to thank Sports Illustrated Tickets and Happy Dad Beverages for bringing you this show, as well as our community sponsors, the City of North Bay, the Boat North Bay, the Fox and Fiddle, the Moose Cookhouse, and the Clubhouse at Gateway Golf, where we are live right now. And we're being joined with Battalion defenseman Aaron Enright and Kent Greer. Thanks so much for being with us, guys. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much. We've been waiting to get on. I know we were supposed to be on last week, but
we're glad to have you. Lairdo did a good job last week, kind of. So,
how are you feeling? Because I know it's been going around the team, the bug around the team. Last Thursday, 3 guys were all in the same positions, didn't play. Mr. Harper as well. So, everyone ready now? I know you played on the weekend, but it was a strange game, wasn't it? With missing 3 of your top defensemen.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're all feeling good now, and the team's starting to feel healthy. So, yeah, we're just happy to get everyone back in the lineup.
And you're good too, because I'm sitting next to you. So
yeah, no worries there. I'm feeling 100%.
Just don't share the same water bottle. You should be good.
I asked that when they came in tonight. You guys are good? You're good? And they're like, yeah, all right, we're good.
Let's talk about your games and growing up and how you chose defense. Defense, I find, is really interesting because the goalies tend to some goalies start at forward, then they try goal, like Mike McIver's last week guest said that and then other guys they're forwards from age 5. Yeah. Defense is interesting though, because you can go both ways. So what was it about defense that sort of attracted you?
I think for me, I always played forward at a young age, and I think it was U14 when I officially switched to defense, and I think I was just a better player on defense because I could see the whole game, and I like just watching everything happen and trying to use my brain to, help me maneuver on defense. So, yeah, I think that's what helped me the most.
I think for me it was more was kind of born into it. Me and all my brothers were all defense. My dad didn't really give us a choice. I wanted to be a goalie when I was little for a while, but we'll just leave that for the ODR. Keep it back on the back end there with Kent.
But you're different defenseman. I mean, you rely on your speed. You play all zones. You got to get back and make sure you're good positionally. You tend to be sort of, I'm going to help the goalie out. Be physical, make the other team know that I'm there in front of the net, and don't get too close to my goalie. So just talk about your game. And have you always played like that?
I think as soon as hitting came into the picture, it's been mostly just heavy on defense. Yeah, throwing hits and blocking shots, and I really enjoy it. Like I said, I wanted to be a goalie when I was little, so just kind of feels natural. And
Kent, you're not the tallest guy out there, so I'm trying to put it diplomatically, but you don't seem to have an issue with the size of some of the guys you go up against. I guess speed is your biggest strength.
Yeah, definitely. I think speed helps me play against those bigger guys, and I can use my skating ability to defend them. And I'm not afraid to throw a hit or match up with those big guys. So I think that's what helps me the most.
I think what I've seen from Kent is just the ability to read the game well. And as soon as the other team is in transition, you're just making good reads and getting into good position, using your speed to be in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. As a smaller guy, I feel like you always need to be in good position and use your brain because obviously there's bigger defensemen that can move people off pucks, just like Aaron there. But I need to find different ways to try to get the puck off players, and I think I do that pretty well.
So you're the brains of the operation, and Aaron brings the brawn. But I was thinking about defensemen at the NHL level. So Devon Toews and Cale Makar, they play together in Colorado. They're going to be playing together for Team Canada. So there's a chemistry there. Maybe you can take us through the chemistry that you two have developed and how it plays out in different situations, because you've been paired together since your exhibition season of your first year.
Yeah, I think we just work well together. We're both complement each other very well, and I think we just have grew up together. It just helps our chemistry, and it works on the ice.
And from your perspective?
Yeah, I think growing up, we played against each other a little bit. I think that really helped. We've known each other all our lives, and and like you said, our games really complement each other. He's obviously more offensive and moves a lot better than I do, but I think my defensive side gives him the ability to, have the confidence to join the rush and get up and plays because he knows I'll have it locked down on the back end.
I remember talking to Adam Dennis when you guys were drafted, and I said, "How'd the draft go?" And he says, "I think we found our defenseman leaders for the next several seasons in one draft." So obviously this was something that you guys must have been looking forward to when you found out you're going to the same team.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as I was drafted, I was obviously excited to be at the same team, and I was excited to move forward and start the season.
There must be something in the water in the Ottawa Valley, because now North Bay has 3 defensemen from the Valley. We've got you from you're Cobden. You're Renfrew. You're Cobden, you're Renfrew,
yep.
And then we got Pakenham, tiny little town of Pakenham. That's Kunapaski. What can you tell us about Kunapaski? Because he kind of reminds me a bit of you when he plays out there.
Yeah, I think he's a big, strong kid. We see him in the gym every day. He's lifting more than basically all the older guys. He's a workhorse. But he played all minor hockey with my little brother, so I've known him for a little while now. But he works really hard. He's really good listener. He's easy. I'd say he's probably pretty easy to coach, and he's also just a really good kid off the ice. It's easy to get along with him.
It seems to me that he's going to be a guy who has your back when the going gets tough. That he'll be there for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. As you've seen, he's fought a couple times now, and hasn't worked out very well for the other guy. So he's definitely there to defend all of us. And yeah, he's an animal. He's worked so hard. I train with him in the summer, so he's always in the gym, lifting heavier than everyone else. So
Yeah, definite Ottawa connection. You guys Senators fans, by the way?
I am not. I'm a Habs fan.
I got the Leafs. Yeah.
Leafs, eh? And do you know what's Kunapaski? Is he any idea?
I'm pretty sure he's a Sens fan, but
Okay,
I'm not
gotta
too
have
aware.
one of you guys. Got to be a Sens fan.
But you're all cheering for Team Canada, right? So
Exactly.
let's talk about the team. You got sort of I think it's perfect that you guys are here on the show tonight because you got a quarter of the season exactly left. Where do you guys want to finish? I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about getting home ice, finishing ahead of Peterborough. You're right now tied with Niagara. They lost last night. Kingston's creeping up there. I think they're 4 behind you. So what are the goals here in the last quarter of the year, team-wise?
I think definitely want to at least maintain that 5th spot. I think we match up well against Peterborough, so we wouldn't mind seeing them in the first round. But obviously, that 4th spot would be nice, getting home ice advantage. But at the end of the day, we just want to be 4-5, playing Peterborough in the first round.
What do you think?
I think that like Ken said, we want to try to keep 4th, but it would always nice to have home ice. But like Willie said today, he was in his speech to the boys. He said 1 step at a time. Like just like building blocks, you got to go 1 at a time and focus on the next one.
I know you've had a couple of tough losses lately. The Niagara game, even the Barrie game the other day. Even though you got a point out of that, do you think those are good building blocks? Like last year, where a lot of people weren't counting you to make the playoffs, and you ended up getting in. Had a good first-round series against Brantford. Do you think those types of adverse situations are going to help you down the stretch here?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of learning points from those games. Little spots where we got away from our style of play and our just away from our systems. And so I think those are good learning blocks. It's always tough to lose, and you hate to lose, but sometimes it'll benefit you.
What about you?
Yeah, definitely. I think these losses have taught us a lot. I think we still have a lot to work on. Just like our coach said today, there's a lot of things we still have to work on and sharpen up coming into playoff season. So, yeah.
How does that work out? So the coach says there's a lot of things to work on. What did you like most about the last 10 games where you had some wins over some pretty good teams? Could have had some more wins but didn't quite work out. Could have been 5-5 on that if got a bounce here or there. What did you like most about your team that you think you can build on over these next 17 games?
I think with our team, we always battle till the last whistle. Like, we're always going to have compete every single night. So I think that's something that not many teams have, and we have that really well with this team. So I think that's something that will help us improve and get better for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think our work ethic and our chemistry, and we always got each other's backs, and we're always going to fight for each other. So I think, we can just, as long as we battle, we can stick with any team and we can play with anyone.
Okay, I got 2 defensemen here. So every time I ask this question, I hear one player. So the question we ask every week is, who was the one player who got you into the game and inspired you? Now, most guys on this show, unless it's a goalie, say Sidney Crosby. Now, you are 2 defensemen, so it's got to be someone other than Sidney Crosby, right?
You can take this one away here first. I got to think.
I think as a Habs fan at a young age, PK Subban was probably my favorite player. I just loved the way he played offensively and loved to get involved. And he wasn't afraid to show everyone when he scored a goal.
And with you, it was Sidney Crosby? Is that what I'm...
No. I'm not really sure. I didn't really watch a whole lot of hockey when I was little, but I was always a huge Morgan Rielly fan when I was little. I was a huge Morgan Rielly fan, and lately it's been more Charlie McAvoy, but always big on the Leafs guys.
At least it wasn't Sidney Crosby, Ranjan.
There's a clip out there of former Battalion player, your teammate, Sandusville Manis, giving Charlie McAvoy a bit of a spicy chicken wing. What did you think of that play? Did you see it?
Yeah, saw it. I thought it was a little cheap, but who knows what will happen at the Olympics when they face off.
Yeah, I didn't think that Vilmanis had that in him. He was more focused on generating offense, but a little bit of a different side we're seeing out of him now. But maybe you've seen that side. Maybe you knew that was in him.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure if that was totally intentional, the elbow to the face, but yeah, it's good to see him try to get involved more physically.
Well, he wanted to get involved in the Bruins-Panthers rivalry. So another player the Bruins don't like in Florida, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron Kent, thank you so much for joining us. Absolute pleasure having here tonight, and good luck this weekend, boys.
Thank you very much.
Let's make some noise for Aaron and Kent, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome stuff.
Good job, boys.
We want to thank Sports Illustrated Tickets and Happy Dad Beverages for bringing you the show, as well as our community sponsors, the City of North Bay, the Boat North Bay, the Fox and Fiddle, the Moose Cookhouse, and the Clubhouse at Gateway Golf, where we are live tonight. Make sure to check out the Battalion social media channels to find out all the latest in Troops Trio, and don't forget to send your comments and questions to our email, troopstrio@battalionhockey.com. All right, this week's trivia question. What round was defenseman Aaron Enright selected by the Battalion back in the 23 OHL priority selection? Put your answer in the comments section for a chance to win a signed puck from number 4, Aaron Enright. We want to thank our Sports Illustrated Tickets and Happy Dad Beverages for bringing you the show, as well as our community sponsors. Coming up, we're going to hear once again from Coach Uli and get his thoughts on this week ahead, as well as the Brampton Steelheads general manager and head coach James Richmond, and we'll wrap everything up with 1 minute to ceasefire. This is Troop Trio, the official podcast of the North Bay Battalion.
Here's a chance and score! Oh my goodness gracious! They score! What a beauty there! One-time shot, he scores! Absolute threat. Richard scores! Floats it up, shot, right through line and scores! Yeah, baby!
Welcome back. The North Bay Battalion have 2 games on tap this week, and all get started on Thursday against the Brampton Steelheads for DEI night, followed by another home game on Sunday against the Niagara Ice Dogs, where we're going gold and wearing our Black Centurions uniforms. Oh, I love those. And talk about black. Check out these sweaters, guys.
Yeah, these are nice sweaters.
Now, these are going to be the warm-up sweaters for Thursday's game. They are actually live right now on Dash Auctions, so you can bid on one of these, and all proceeds will be going to Out Loud North Bay.
Yeah, you've got a number on your jersey. These will be the player worn jerseys.
That's correct. Yeah.
I like the sponsors on here. You got Larmer Jackson on one side and the Rooted Heart. What is the Rooted Heart on the other side? And then this one here.
Out Loud North Bay.
Out Loud North Bay. And I just like the color scheme. It'd be neat if they could wear these, the black ones. It's got the rainbow forearms.
Yeah, no, these are a great design.
I love what they've done this year with the various jerseys that we've been wearing on the show to highlight the various organizations the battalion work with all season long. It just shows you the community side of the organization to get the community behind the team.
And you know what? I've had this question a few times, why we only wear them in the warm-ups and not for the rest of the game. And the reason is that in the OHL, you can only have so many sweaters, 3 for the season. You pick them, and that's what you go with. So how we get away with it is that we have warm-up sweaters. So it's great. So technically, we could have 34 of them if we wanted to. But that's a lot.
It is a nice jersey. Like, these have the fight strap in the back and everything. So as soon as you see that piece of accessory on the back, you know it's a good jersey.
Well, all the ones that go on Dash, they actually all do. You look inside, they have the fight strap, and now it's a screen print logo, but I think they're unique, right? So if you're a collector, get on the Dash Auctions, bid away. I know Processions was going already pretty high this afternoon because it is open right now. So somebody can go and bid away right until Thursday. I think till about the 3rd period you can bid on them.
You can wear these at men's hockey, like beer league pickup. Like, it's just totally useful.
And again, they're just beautiful, right? So you'd be very proud to wear them.
Exactly. Now, you had a chance to catch up with Ryan Olahan. Gerald, do you want to play the clip?
Producer Gerald.
Producer
Gerald.
Please. I'll say please, too. Because I know Suki doesn't say please.
No bus trips this week. You're home for 2 games, Thursday against Brampton, and then what could be a real big one, Sunday against Niagara.
For sure, and not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I will group in the Monday game kind of as the weekend here. We head to Brampton, so all divisional games. This is kind of what happens this time of year. It's a lot of we're done with the Western Conference, so it's all Eastern Conference teams. A lot of in our division, huge points. We're trying to climb up the standings here, and we can really dictate, I think, where we're going to finish. So we're all taking that into consideration here.
Struggling here in Brampton, you play them, as you say, 2 out of the next 3 games, but you obviously can't look past a team like that, right? Because they're fighting for playoff points as well.
No, you can't. And they play a very structured and a type of game that can be frustrating to play against. I always say when you play them, you got to earn everything you get. They're up. They like to be aggressive on pinches and aggressive in all areas of the ice. So if we're not willing to battle and compete, we're going to have a tough time. So can't look past them at all. They're a dangerous hockey team. Bunch of young players over there that are hungry, play fast. So we got to be aware of that.
Yeah, another battle of the Amadovskis coming up on Thursday night, and you play them twice over the next 3 games. Brampton's 9th in the East. They're 4 back of Sudbury in the standings. So I think a lot like the Battalion last year when they were trying to get into that final spot. So, and they treated that last quarter of the year last year as playoff games, because that's what they were, to beat out Ottawa. And it's sort of the similar situation for the Steelheads, where they're getting the experience. Their younger players are getting experience playing in big games, playoff-type games. So they're going to be ready, and you get them twice in 3 games. And these are games the Battalion, if they want to make that push for 4th, are going to have to get.
Well, we just recently have seen 3 of their best players traded at the deadline. So Steelheads without Jakob Fibiger, Parker Von Richter, Mason Zabeski. We've seen them with against Barrie. Brampton does not have those players anymore. So this is an opportunity for North Bay against a team that's 9th in the conference to get some good hockey habits in and just dominate this team and just make it a tough night for Brampton to get any offense going.
And, of course, they'll be in Brampton as well on Monday afternoon on Family Day as well.
And, yeah, Bob, you had a chance to catch up with the Brampton Steelheads general manager and head coach, James Richmond. Producer Gerald, let's see that, please.
Okay, joining us here on our podcast is James Richmond, the head coach of the Brampton Steelheads. How you doing, James?
Good. How's everybody up there?
Well, a little snow this week, but everyone's getting through the tougher part of the winter. Let's talk about your team right now. You're sitting in 9th place in the East, just 4 back of Sudbury, who are in 8th. How have you guys been playing lately?
We're working hard. we're a young group. Obviously at the deadline there, we made some changes and looking at the future, but we'd really like to make the playoffs this year. So we're doing our best.
I know in North Bay last year that there wasn't a lot of thought to being a playoff team, I think, early in the year, but because of injuries and trading guys, and then as the season moved along, those games became really important for the young players on the team, a chance to really get in, playoff type hockey down the stretch, and it really worked out. The team made the playoffs, had a good first round, so there is some benefit, isn't it? Even though maybe you're not going to win the OHL title this year, that you get to play some big games, especially in the last quarter of the year.
100%. It's the winning culture that you're looking for. And yeah, we are young and whatnot, but if we can get these guys to play some meaningful games down the stretch here and try to take over that 8th spot, it would mean a lot moving forward.
I know it's the Battle of the Amadovskis again. We love Lirim here in North Bay, and you've had an early look at the younger brother. So tell us about him.
Well, he's silky. He's really skilled. He's got great hands, and he moves well with the puck. He's got great vision around the ice, and he's just finding his way. I think in the OHL, finding it's going to be a tough battle for him every night. Because guys know who he is. He's, like I said, he's a skilled player. So they're going to be watching out for him. And, he just needs to learn how to bring some more consistency to his game, really. He's a good one.
Let's talk about the rivalry. Obviously, the Brampton connection with the Battalion past, and that's where you are right now. But it's any division rivalry. You really can throw the records out the windows because you play each other so much.
Yeah, I mean, they've got our number a little bit this year. I mean, the points are even. I think right now 3-3, but they really took it to us the last time we played them down here. So we've got to be on our toes to play against this team. You see them at every game, but they're well coached. They got some big time players there, and we've got to be able to come in and really compete against them.
Now, you play each other twice in the next 3 games. You play each other here Thursday and next Monday in your place. So does that affect how you approach this sort of mini type playoff situation?
Not really. I mean, right now, every game for us, we've got 18 games left, and every game is really a playoff mindset because we're out of it. We're not at the dance. We're not being invited to the dance right now. So 18 games left. It's we've got to treat each one of these games that we play as kind of a desperation game. So we play them. I think we played North Bay 3 more times, 2 in the in the next 3 games, like you said. So no, it's not really a playoff series. Every game for us right now is a desperation game.
Okay, and what'll it take for you guys to get the 2 points on Thursday?
Well, we're going to have to capitalize on our chances. We're going to have to try to slow down some of their big guns, take away their ice a little bit, and not give up too many free stuff in our zone. But we've got to come and we've got to put a huge effort in to beat these guys. Well, thanks for this, James, and safe travels up at North Bay on Thursday morning. Look forward to seeing everybody up north. It's awesome. All the best. Okay. James Richmond, the head coach of the Brampton Steelheads.
And, of course, James is looking forward to the post-game spread, courtesy of Steve Battanti, our executive producer. So that's part of his payment to talk to me to get that food. And, obviously, Ranjan, that's going to be a big game on Sunday. The Ice Dogs and the Battalion. North Bay plays them twice, both at home down the stretch. Another one on the 1st of March. So, Niagara's come on a little, and that's going to be a big game come Sunday.
They've always been good games between North Bay and Niagara. That's a rivalry, one of the best ones that we have. The Ice Dogs are a team that has played much better since they traded Kevin He, their inspirational leader, at the trade deadline. He's now on Flint, and you would think that they would have had a bit of a, recoiled a bit, and maybe it took a while to find their legs and find some offense, but they're getting good goaltending. They're starting to play more structure. They're a team that has failed to thrive, failed to launch, I guess, over the past couple of seasons when they were really expected to go deep in the playoffs. It just failed to materialize. And so right now they're sitting in 5th, tied with the Battalion.
Well, they're a team that's had lots of controversy over the years, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why, right?
You're right. Off-ice shenanigans, and Kevin He was a part of that. Just some bad behavior from bad boys. But they're playing better hockey, and over the past 10 games or so, they've picked up 6 points in the standings on the Battalion. Now they're tied. They used to be in the rearview mirror, no longer. So definitely a 4-point game.
Battle of the Barches. Hayden, the son, against his dad, who's the coach of the Ice Dogs. So
the Ammos against the Ammos.
Yeah, this week. So it's family reunions going on at the Gardens this week.
Now, before we go, it's time to play
1 minute to ceasefire.
Producer Joe, let's put those topics up on the board. 1 minute for each topic. Gentlemen, are you ready to go?
Ready.
Ready.
Question 1. Which OHL team has been the most impressive thus far?
I'm going to say Ottawa, because I didn't expect Ottawa. Everyone knew about Brantford. You know, Flint has made some deals to improve, but to me, Ottawa's been the most impressive. They don't score a lot, but they shut you down, and their goaltending outstanding.
And it's a rare circumstance, but I do agree with Bobby here. Ottawa has been the surprise of the season. I think Dave Cameron is probably going to be Coach of the Year.
Really? You think so? Coach of the Year.
Well, from going from 9th place to almost first in the conference, maybe even first in the league.
All right. We'll move on to question number 2.
But it just goes to show you, you have a great goaltender in Fedorov that they have. He can make any coach look like a Coach of the Year.
You know what? I've always thought that Cameron wasn't very successful as a World Juniors coach, and I think I always have that against him. Maybe.
Well, he did win one, and he coached 3 teams, I think, and lost in Buffalo.
But that's the one we all remember, right? We always remember.
Yeah, but he did
We never
win
remember
one.
the good stuff. We always remember the bad stuff, right?
Can he put that up on the whiteboard, this little segment?
Okay, I forgot. I'm supposed to buzz you guys out. We're done. Question number 2. Who will win Olympic gold in men's hockey, not speed skating?
Well, any team that has Nathan McKinnon, Sidney Crosby, and Connor McDavid, as long as the goaltending holds up, it'll be Canada.
I'm worried about our goaltending, and it starts with goaltending. You're going to get down to a 1-0 game in the quarterfinal round against Finland, and I hope we're on top, but I'm going to say it's going to be Sweden.
And, yeah, I was just going to say, watch for Sweden. Remember, the event is not in North America. It's in Europe, and Sweden tends to play a lot better when the tournaments are over there. So,
right.
Sweden, good pick.
Since we still got about 20 seconds left, let's talk about women then. Who's going to win gold for women?
It's going to be tough for the Canadians right now. You don't know if Marie-France Poulin is going to be healthy. Canada's got a tough road. They lost 5-0 in the semi-final or in the final round robin game second final to the U.S. And now they got to go the hard way. But the U.S. will be waiting for them a week from Thursday, and it's tough to pick against the Americans.
That's it. Sorry, Ranjan.
No
Quick,
time.
Quick, who do you think it's going to be?
United States will win that.
There we go. Who has been the best first-year battalion player, rookie or otherwise? It could be anybody that's just come as a battalion this year. Could even be Petrie. Who do you think it is?
I think I'm going to pick Brant Harper. I think he's been tremendous this year for a guy who hadn't played at this level before. He's really stepped up. I think he fits so well on the power play. I know Kent Greer does a lot of power play time as well, but Brant Harper to me has been really impressive.
I want to say Carter Kunapaski. In limited reps, he has shown that we talked about it a few minutes ago with Enright and Greer. He's going to be a solid for us, and he'll lead us into battle when we go into Windsor and London and for 3 or 4 seasons to come. So I think I've been most impressed by Carter Kunapaski as a 16-year-old.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done. We still got 2 more questions. Is this the worst time of the year to be a sports fan, not including the Olympics?
Oh, without the Olympics, yes, of course.
Well, that's the reason why it sucks.
Yeah.
Because of the Olympics.
Remember last year, as soon as the Super Bowl ends, we go to sleep for 3 months until the we get near the end of the OHL regular season, the NHL regular season, and you look forward to the Masters. But yeah, usually February is such a quiet month in professional sports.
Yeah, definite withdrawals with NFL football gone. When is a Pro Bowl, by the way? I got to watch that. Or is it done already?
It's already done.
It's already
You
done.
missed
So
it.
there's nothing. I guess
He's just pretending he knows about football, eh, Bob?
He does this every week.
There's another
Just go
league.
shake my hand. I
There's
don't know.
another league. Watch out for the Dallas Renegades. They're coached by Rick Neuheisel, and they're going to be good.
All right. Oh, we didn't miss Matt at all.
See,
Bobby took all my time. Like he was like he wouldn't come off his shift so I could get into want him into ceasefire topics.
Well, I think you guys need like 90 seconds for ceasefire, right? 30 seconds. But I think we did good.
30 and 30.
30, 33. If there's 3, yeah, you need 90 seconds.
Right. I get the math.
Okay, all right. And I just made fun of him.
You
Well, that's
always
going to
make
wrap
fun
up
of
today's
me.
show, guys. We want to thank Sports Illustrated Tickets, Happy Dad Beverages for bringing you the show, as well as the community sponsors, the City of North Bay, the Boat North Bay, the Fox and Fiddle, the Moose Cookhouse, and a huge thank you to the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf for hosting us tonight. Make sure you check out the Battalion social media channels to find out the latest with Troops Trio. And don't forget, you can send your comments and questions to our email at troopstrio@battalionhockey.com. We thank Aaron Enright and Kent Greer for joining us, as well as Coach Ryan Olahan, the Steelheads general manager, and head coach James Richmond for taking the time to chat with us. And we want to thank our camera operator, Marley, show coordinator, Owen, producer, Gerald, executive producer, Steve Batani. For Bob Coles, Ranjan Rupal, I'm AJ Jakeman, and this is Troops Trio.
Hoo-ha.